Hope everyone's doing well. Like I mentioned on Wednesday, I know it's spooky season, but I'm reviewing a Christmas movie this week. I know it's a tad bit early, but it is on the top 10 list. So, um, yeah, so I'm planning on reviewing it. I am going to try and mix in some spooky movies reviews as well, like some shorts. Because there's one movie I've been wanting to talk about for like a month, and I've seen it like a month or so ago, and it is, I think it's Australian, but it just came out in the US. I really want to talk about it. I just need to make the video and then put it in my drafts so that I have it there, because every time I just keep forgetting. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna sprinkle that in too. So today I'm gonna talk about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which is number 4 on my top 10 favorite movies list. It's a Christmas comedy, and it's based off a short story, Christmas 59, which was published in National Lampoon's magazine. I'm assuming National Lampoon was a magazine. It tells the story of the Griswold family spending Christmas vacation at home with their relatives in the ensuing mayhem. And there is so much mayhem at that. It was released December 1st, 1989. It was directed by Jeremiah S. Chechik. If I said that right. And the cast is Chevy Chase as Clark W. Sparky Griswold Jr. He's the main character. Beverly D'Angelo as Ellen Griswold. She's the wife. Juliette Lewis as Audrey Griswold. She's the daughter. And they had 4 different people play the same character in 4 of the movies, because it has a note here that all of the, I guess it was in the different vacations that had Chevy Chase. I guess she was always a different person for some reason. They did that a lot back in the day. Like, they would just replace a character with somebody else, and you're just supposed to like suspend your belief, your disbelief. I mean, you're supposed to do that anyway when you watch a movie, but like, that's kind of a lot to like ignore. And the same thing with Rusty. So Johnny Galecki as Russell Rusty Griswold. He was played by 3 different people in 3 different movies. I know I watched I watched the Vacation movie, I think European Vacation and Family Vacation. I want to say maybe Vegas Vacation too. I want to rewatch them. I've only watched the ones with Chevy Chase. I think they have other ones after without him, but I don't watch those. I feel like that's like kind of like, I don't know. I feel like Chevy Chase is like the appeal. You know what I mean? At least for me, anyway. So I have not watched the ones that don't star him. Okay, so then now we're gonna get to the family members. Okay, John Randall as Clark Griswold Sr. That's Clark's father. Diane Ladd as Nora Griswold. That's Clark's mother. And then now we're going to Ellen's father. E.G. Marshall as Arthur Art Smith. That's Ellen's father. Doris Roberts as Francis. I keep calling her Francine. Frances Smith, Ellen's mother. Miriam Flynn as Katherine Johnson. That's Ellen's cousin. These are the redneck cousins. And then there is Randy Quaid as Eddie Johnson, as Catherine's husband. He is super redneck. And then their kids are Cody Burger as Rocky Johnson, and then Ellen Hamilton Latson as Ruby Sue Johnson. That's their daughters. They have a son and a daughter as well. William Hickey as Uncle Lewis. Mae Questle as Aunt Bethany. And apparently that was her last role before she passed away. And Aunt Bethany was like very senile in the movies. Like, she does not know what anything's going on at any point. Which is a very funny like trope in the movie. Here we go. Sam McMurray as Bill Clark's co-worker, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Margot Chesser, the Griswold's yuppie neighbor. I'm 100% sure she was on Seinfeld. And I'm going to look this up. Julia. I am 100% sure. Yes, she was Elaine. Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, she's the neighbor who like her and her husband. They're like being super annoyed and inconvenienced by Clark and all of his antics. Um, and then her husband. Where am I at? Oh, Nicholas Guest as Totchester. That's Margot's husband. And then they have Brian Doyle Murray as Frank Shirley, Clark's boss. And then Nali Nagulik as Helen Shirley. That's Frank's wife. And they do have like a significant role towards the end of the movie. Where you can stream it: Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Vudu, Google Play, Movies and TV, YouTube, and Redbox. So now I'm going to go over my pros and my cons and my overall opinion. So my first pro is it's funny and it has a really great comedic timing. I feel like some of the gags are predictable, but they're still executed so well. There's so many funny jokes in this movie, and they are all timed appropriately. And some of these things have me like dying laughing, but especially the SWAT team scenes towards the end of the movie and Clark going off about his non-bonus, which I'm going to get into that in my next pro. But yeah, I know this is kind of a spoiler, but like something criminal happens because Clark is going off, and the redneck cousin, Eddie, decides, you know what, I'm going to help my cousin-in-law out, and we're going to fix, the issue that he's having. And it gets out of hand. But it's just such a funny thing when the SWAT team comes in. And also, Clark going off is very relatable, which is the next point I'm going to make, is that another pro is that's very relatable. Instead of getting the bonus Clark expected, he gets a Jelly of the Month subscription. So at his company, every single year that he's been there, he's always got a Christmas bonus, except for that year. And he worked there 17 years. And he rightfully goes off about it. I agree with him going off about it. And then also everybody wants to have like the perfect Christmas with their family. And sometimes things don't go as planned. I don't think, they go as bad as everything went in this movie. But, sometimes things don't go perfectly. And of course, besides a bunch of like, things going wrong with the tree, the food, the pets, all those kind of things. There's also family fighting, so there's also that. That might be more likely than like, finding a squirrel in your Christmas tree, or you cooking a turkey and it just combusts because it's so dry. You know what I mean? Even though I'm sure there's a lot of bad cooking around the holiday seasons, unfortunately. And then the characters. Even though some of the characters are annoying and unlikable at times, I think in the end they all mean well. Like, Eddie and his family kind of come very unannounced. They're kind of annoying. But then also, at the end they mean well. But, it's like sometimes family can be annoying, honestly. And there was this uncle, there's this old ass uncle. What is his name? I think it's Uncle Louis. He's always smoking cigars, lol. And he is just a hot mess. He's just mean all the time. I would not want him at my house. But yeah. And even though Eddie and his family are very rough around the edges, they still want to be included and considerate, I'm just going to spoil it. Eddie does, like, kidnap Clark's boss for him. So, I mean, he's trying to help out. They're very hard, they're on hard times. They live in an RV. They weren't able to buy their kids Christmas presents last year. So, it's, they're having a rough time, but they're trying to help out, the wife, Eddie's wife, what is her name? Catherine. She tries to cook the turkey, and like I said, it's so dry, it's not good. But she tried, you know what I mean? It wasn't a good try, but she tried. Um, Everyone eventually gets together and has a great time, but of course, after a lot of chaos, of course. And the story is simple yet is what a lot of people want to enjoy the holidays with their family. It just so happens that Clark has like the worst. They has terrible luck and bad experiences. LOL, like the worst, like of any human being that I feel like has ever been written in fiction. Um, and he is like a magnet for chaos. He definitely tries his best in all the vacation movies, but he's just like a walking bad luck charm. LOL. But it makes things so funny and exciting though. And then going to my cons, I have two. The neighbors. I felt like the neighbors didn't really add anything to the story. I think just them being inconvenienced by Clark wasn't all that important to the story to me. Because even though if I was Clark's neighbors, I would be annoyed by him too. They weren't very likable, lol. So they're kind of snobby and like judgmental. So it wasn't like I really um, so I didn't really have sympathy for them. Like I understand it was inconvenient, but because they were like not nice, if they were like a little sweet old lady and the neighbor, but I guess it was like supposed to be a funny thing. Like oh look at all these yuppie people, they don't want to have fun, and Clark's ruining their lives basically. But I didn't really feel sympathy for them. I don't know if you were supposed to, but I didn't really feel like they helped the story that much, even though it's like kind of a slice of life story. So I mean, I guess it makes sense that you might have perspective from the neighbors too. Um, and then I hate this trope. Um, there's like a weird other woman fantasy, and I think, I meant to say I hate. I have a typo. I hate that there's always this comedic trope of like married men fantasizing about other women, like especially since Ellen is very much out of Clark's league. Like she is so beautiful, so hot, so understanding, so caring, and this man fantasizing about other women. But I think it's supposed to be like a trope about like, oh, everybody who's married always thinks about somebody else, and I'm like, why can't people who are married like love their partner and not think about anybody else? Like, why is that a comedy thing? And I know it was in the '80s, um, so yeah. And not only is she beautiful, but she's very understanding of his chaotic behavior and comforts him. And he definitely needs to recognize he had a sweet and caring hottie on his hands. LOL. Because in another one of the fantasy movies, he's like either flirting with a woman or something, or have some kind of fantasy, and then of course something crazy happens because he's not paying attention on the road. And it's like you got a hottie right next to you, and you're over there trying to flirt and fantasize about other women, and she deals with your shenanigans. Electric chair. Okay, so now I'm going to give my overall opinion. As always, it's a 10 out of 10. I mean, what do you expect? They're my favorite movies. Um, this movie always has me dying laughing and is really heartwarming in the end. I love the relatability of it, especially the bonusing, because it still happens today. Like, companies really think giving you a pizza party is good enough for you working hard. And it's not. I want that money. I want that moolah, just like Clark. Okay? I don't want no jelly of the month subscription. Every time I think about this movie, I always think it's a cheese of the month subscription for some reason. Maybe I just like cheese. But it's the jelly of the month. So I have to remember that. But nobody wants that. They want the money. Okay? They're working hard for the money. Hello? So that's very relatable. Yeah, and you work hard for a company for many years and they pay you in dust. It happens so often. Like, I feel like I just heard a story about somebody who worked at like Burger King or something, and like people around them had to like fundraise for them, like at their retirement, or like had a GoFundMe or something to help him out, and not the company he had been working for like probably close to 20 years, which is crazy to me. And I really love to watch this movie on Christmas or during the season, and I highly, highly recommend it for them. When I was a kid, we used to watch it every Christmas. I should start that tradition again. I love this movie so much. It's just so much fun. It's so funny. It's my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Okay, so this is all about Clark having the very perfect Christmas. So I want to talk about what my perfect Christmas day would be. So my perfect Christmas day would start off with a nice breakfast, which my mom has always done for our family. She does cook, but instead we could get a professional chef. Maybe one of us has some money. So then my mom could relax. So I feel like that'd be good. And I would want scrambled eggs, a maple bacon or sausage, and like big cinnamon rolls, like big, nice icing. I don't like the cream cheese icing. I like the other one. So that's what I would want for breakfast. I would love for us all to have matching PJs with the whole family, and it would be, what would be really good. Like to make this work, we would all like have to rent a house, or like even though I hate Airbnbs, but maybe it's better with maybe better with your whole family, because then everybody can help and chip out and clean and and then if it's not good, we can all back each other up in them views. But that would be really nice. We could all have our matching pajamas, just wake up, get ready, put on our matching pajamas, have our pictures, spend all day in our pajamas. That would be so cute. We could make Christmas cookies or like a cake or cupcakes, something baking related. And then we open presents and play Christmas music in the background, or have on a Christmas movie in the background. This would be fun to have in the background. After that, we have like a nice Thanksgiving style dinner. Like I would like ham, candied yams, baked mac and cheese, kale or collard greens, and turkey with gravy. That would be great. Oh, corn pudding would be good. I forgot to add that. I don't eat cranberry sauce very often. I'm not like a cranberry sauce person, so that wouldn't be on my list. And we'll have more of whatever we baked after dinner, or it'd be nice to have like some warm sweet potato pie or apple pie with some ice cream. That'd be good. And then we can have some nice warmed apple cider. That'd be good. Or like a nice sparkling wine. That would also be nice. Like something bubbly. Maybe the sparkling apple cider if people don't want to drink. That would be nice too. We'll watch more Christmas movies, and then eventually we could read like Christmas stories. Like maybe like we have like Christmas books, like the children's books, before we all go to bed, and we will be full and a little buzzed. LOL. So that would be my perfect Christmas day. Preferably at the Airbnb, we could all wake up together, or if it's at my house, maybe if I get married and have kids, like whatever's going on. That would be my perfect Christmas day. If you want to tell me what your perfect Christmas day is, or would be, you could tell me. Or you could just like the video. You could subscribe. You could watch my other videos. That would be great. So yeah. So next week we're going to be in the top 3, which I think I have to rent. I had to rent this movie. We have it somewhere, but of course it's probably in storage, like everything is. But I think the next 2 ones I have to rent, and then the last one I think is like included on Prime. It's on a couple websites for number 1, so I'm really excited to get to the top 3. I think they're all kind of I know 2 and 3 are kind of long movies. I don't think number 1 is that long, but I'm very excited. It's been a lot of work, even though every week I'm just watching 1 movie. Last week I had to watch 3 though. That was crazy. But it's nice to share my opinions about my favorite movies. And also, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Let me know in the comments. I think my friend's favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone, which we watched last year. I think I watched it for the first time, like in full last year. It's really fun. So yeah, let me know if you want, or you can just like, subscribe, share this video if you want. Who knows? Whatever you want to do. I will see you all next week.